So I think we are live. Hello, everyone. I was not expecting that much people. Today we're going to find out if, well, live coding is something that I like to do, and I am happy that some of you showed up. Hello, everyone. Please forgive me if my setup is not perfect. It's just first thing I do this all alone, and I'm just trying to figure things out. And yeah, today we will work on the dark mode of Invoker, one of our great Beyond Code apps. And yeah, let's get right into it. Let me just share my screen. It's here. Ah, there it is. Okay. So we can close this one. And yeah, just start. So Invoker is, if you don't know yet, is an Electron app built with Vue, and we are at Vue 2 at the moment. And I don't think that this will change in the future because Vue 2 is really stable and it's working great for us. And under the hood of Invoker is, yeah, just a Laravel doing all the magic that you know of it. If you have any questions about Invoker or, I don't know, other Beyond Code products or our dev workflow or work in general, just let me know and I will answer them as best as I can. So this will take, I think, a few more seconds because I'm streaming. Yeah, this is the start of Invoker, start page. And some of you might saw a sneak peek I posted on Twitter a few weeks ago when I started on the Invoker Dark Mode. And this looks quite pretty, if I am allowed to say that, because I worked on it. And yeah, we will figure out how we can design an interface for Invoker that is still clean, like you know it from the light mode, but still adds something, yeah, let me say fancy to it. So Invoker is made with Tailwind. This is not a big surprise. We are still on Tailwind version 1 here, but because it's a lot of code, a lot of front-end stuff, and so we didn't see the necessity to upgrade to version 2 so far, but I think this will happen sometime. But I installed a plugin for a dark mode, and it's using the same syntax for dark mode styling, so we won't have trouble upgrading it in the future. I can just make my code a bit bigger here so we can see better. So the syntax of the dark mode styling is like in native Tailwind version 2, it's dark, text white. And yeah, so let's get right into it. As you can see here, this is one of the new great features of next Invoker release. You can now group and even label your projects. So if you have a lot of projects, a lot of connections, you can like group them like for, I don't know, for a client or different systems. If you have like production and staging and testing environments. And yeah, so the colors will still be there. I just didn't assign any color to a project, but these are the new options that you have. You can create your own groups. I have like a 5 a.m. group so far, and these are the new labels. And yeah, the colors will just stay the same. Hello, Adrian. I'm not that near to the Austrian border. It's like 3 hours away, I think, but hello. Or servus. So as you see, I started already with making the groups or this show all. This is like the old view of it, making it like for dark mode. And what's missing so far is if you hover over these tiles, you can see that we have some buttons here. I will show you in the light modes how it looks. So this is the Invoker's theme, how you know it, and hopefully like it. And if we hover here, we have these buttons for the settings in this case, and for like deleting the project or removing it from Invoker, not from like your hard drive or something, just from Invoker. And what's new will be a duplicate button for connections. So if you have like multiple environments on the same server, you don't have to type in all the hosts and the passphrases and so on. But this is one thing that you will see in the next release. And what's missing in the dark mode right now is like making these buttons nice, because I don't think that this looks good. So we just have a look into the component of this. I think it's project view. I started working on Invoker like 4 days in, as I started at Beyond Code in March this year. So I'm quite familiar with the front end now and with the back end, yeah, as well. But more with the front end. No, it's just so annoying if you like join a company and get into a new project and just don't know anything and just spend your whole day like searching for the right spot if you want to adjust like one button. This is so annoying, but I think I made it now, and I know where I have to type some stuff so I can change things. So this is this list entry, and the buttons are coming right here, I think, yeah. So this is the open settings button. We have this always. We have a Docker settings button as well, and some connection options. This is a duplicating of a connection that I told you before, and yeah, the removing. And yeah, this is just the arrow here to open the project. Okay, so we could try, we could try removing the background color from this button for the dark mode. And let me just start with the settings button, because we have this all the time. Need to do some lines here because my window is that small. Oh no. Oh, hi, Jess. Thank you. Yeah, I think I got into streaming because of you, because I saw you at Laracon like last August, and I was like, oh my God, she's so cool. So you inspired me, and then I inspired you. So at last you inspired yourself to live code. So thank you for joining. And yeah, just get your sleep if you need it. But thank you for joining. Okay, so I already found the spot. Okay, so let's just say, okay, if we want to have in the dark mode. Actually, I'm quite impressed. I switched to PHP Storm like 3 months ago. Again, I worked with PHP Storm a lot in the past, but I got to VS Code for all the front-end stuff because PHP Storm was like slow and not handy enough for me. It's quite difficult to describe this. But now it's like, it has a nice autocomplete, and so I can work with it again. So let's say no background, but what about if we just try to do a border? Have we a border at this element already? I don't think so. Oh no, oh, we have, this doesn't seem to work. Just, okay, no border in light mode, and let's go with the basic Invoker purple. This is this bluish purple here in the background that you can see for a border in, yes, I think I like it. And of course, maybe just border 2 a bit more, and to color the icon as well, let's give it color as well. Okay, so I think it's a bit dark, especially for the icon. You can try this more pinkish one. Yeah, this is difficult. Just go with white, because I'm not a designer. I'm like, I studied something with design, but I'm not a designer. I'm way not creative enough for being a designer, and I'm just a dev with like the desire to build beautiful applications, I would think. Okay, so in white, it's, you can see it better if it's white. And the border here. What do you think? Just, we need to adjust the hover, of course, but just if you hover over this, I think you can see it good, and it looks quite nice with the purple border. I think I will leave it like this. So for a hover, we could do, yeah, just invert it. That's a nice thing with Tailwind. If you, I think you know this, you can chain these styles and say, okay, for dark mode and in hover state, I want like, let's try a purple background. Oh, Invoker purple, of course. And white text again. No, we don't have to adjust this. I think it's just, or no, it's turning gray. Oh, text white. Yeah, I think this looks nice. Yeah, you can see it. It's working quite nice. Yeah, of course I have to like adjust all of the modals again as well. So you don't get a shock if you're just in dark mode at the middle of the night and opening up the settings and like white and bang and oh my God, I'm awake now. Okay, so this wasn't that much. I'm not used to coding in such a small window. I'm like coding in like, I don't know, it's not, it's a 4K monitor, but I'm not coding in 4K, but I think like 3K, if you can say this, just in the middle, and it looks really nice, and it's a lot of space, but not too much space. So I hope I don't break anything if I just make it back. Yeah, so I have to copy this to all the other buttons as well. Dear children, please don't do this. Do your components. To be honest, I am not like, if I work on something, I'm just building at first and make the components when it works and it's looking okay for me. And now I broke something. Yeah, great. Just let me see what I broke exactly. I think, what did I do wrong? Why are you not working? Just let me. This is really professional. Just hitting CMD and set until it works again. but it always works. Now it's looking nice again, as I told you. Okay, so I think we can keep this line breaks and just add it to the remove project. I will add it to the other buttons that we have here as well, but later, because we can see them right now, and I don't think that it's interesting for you if I copy paste like all the time. Hello, Jason. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I added this stream to Lara streamers as well, but it's like, should I really do it? Do I want people to join? Yeah, I should. Okay, so we made these buttons, and I think it looks quite nice so far. So let's change to the new view we have here. It's still in the light theme, so it looks a bit weird. But these are actually the new groups that you can create for Invoker with this new button here. And yeah, I just created a 5 AM code group for testing purpose. The not assigned group is just with all the projects that don't have a group yet. And yeah, you just can, it's just basic, but it's functional. It makes it a lot more easier to work with if you have a lot of connections. And yeah, you can see your projects along with the labels, just like in this show all view, we have the possibility to edit the group. And yeah, we just have to make it pretty now for the dark mode. So I can make this small again. What is this with this slivers? What do you mean, Adrian? What are you talking about in my stream? Okay, so it's group view, I think. Yep. So this is also just a basic view component. I picked a Tailwind component for this and change it to look like this because I wanted a little hover effect on the side here. Yeah, I think he's crazy too. And yeah, so just let us think. I think we should go with the same color like here above and just add it to this panel. Let me check. I think it's here. Oh, arc. I picked the basic gray 900 here because it looked quite nice. Okay, so this is the correct color, but we can't read it anymore. So what I need to install in my PHP storm is like a sorting for Tailwind classes. I had an extension for this in VS Code and I'm missing it a bit. But this will cause a lot of changes in Git and I don't know if I want to do this for Invoker. Okay, so, oh, we don't have a text here. It's like down there. Yep, it's this one. Yeah. I want to know about these slippers. What it's all about. I could send you the StreamYard link and you can tell everyone about the slippers. Okay, so we have this here and what is this actually? I don't know. Did I delete something by accident? I think this is just, we can remove this. Yep. Yeah, that's it. If you take components and adjust them and just forget about code that you don't need anymore. Okay, I don't want to talk about feet on the stream. Why would you pair program with him in tree houses? This is going into a direction. This is funny but weird. But okay, fits for me. Okay, so back to the code. We need to get some work done here. Okay, so what's not working? This is white. This shouldn't be white. I don't like it if it's white. And I don't like this kind of white line here. It's pretty for the light mode, but not for dark mode. And okay, let's say, why is this? Oh, okay. Border gray 700. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. Oh, you're funny. Totally off topic, but funny. Just 600. Nah, it's too bright. Okay, so this is this border left thing. What you can see here. Let's make it just a bit darker. Let's see how this works out. 800, or is this? Yeah, you can see it now. Yeah. I don't know if we even need this. Like for the light mode, it's quite nice, but we could drive no border at all. Works for me. So the hover is still looking nice. I think we don't need to change it from the light mode. And always important if you're adding a dark mode to an application or website that didn't have one so far, you need to check if you don't break anything in light mode, because I managed to do that a lot. But still looks quite nice. Yep. I love how fluent this transition is between light and dark. It's really pretty. So just half of the size. Yeah, so we have this edit group thing. It's just for the name at the moment. Maybe we will add some options for groups. If you have a good idea, you can like open up a GitHub issue. If you think someone could need this too. So this is white as well. Let's try with gray again. Or yeah, this is this one. And yeah, we need this here as well. I think. Yeah, so this is hard. One thing I learned at university is if you have like bright or white text on dark ground or black ground, it's hard to read. It's easier on the eyes if you're in a dark environment at night or something, but the text is harder to read for some reasons how our eyes works. That's not the thing I'm remembering. So if you're designing a dark mode, one thing that you can try is adding more, how's it called? Letter spacing, or in Tailwind it's called tracking to your text, and generally more space around the text. And in this case, I would even go for not the purple text, but also for a white text, and maybe add a hover or something so we can get more color in it. What did I do now? Oh, this is one. Yeah, so I think white is not as fancy, but it's better to read. And we can go with, like I said, more tracking. Doesn't have to be that much. I mean, this would be way too much. It's like not good to read at all. But just if you take the default tracking wide, it's making it better to read. I'm sure that you can't see this on the screen, but you will see this later if you have Invoker, and maybe try it out for your next dark mode, dark layout project. make a text, even especially if it's like a paragraph or something, more text, make it easier to read. Promise. Okay, so we can also, I think we can also go with some more space on the top here. Yeah. And of course, change the color back. I like it. It's really clean. I think we have to add a bit more fanciness to it. But I think it's better if it's not purple, Invoker purple. So, order this one. 700. Yeah, this is good. So this is another component. The group project component is quite the same like the project we worked on before, but not exactly. So I had to create a new one. I can type. Normally I'm quite a good typer, but when I'm live, I can type. Thank you, Wins. Yeah, I think it's getting quite awesome because it was my idea to give Invoker a dark mode. I mean, it was a GitHub issue for a long time, but I'm working quite a lot with Invoker to like fix bugs, implement new features, and write plugins, for example. But I like dark modes. Not all the time. I switched to light modes, to be honest. But it was missing for Invoker. Invoker is such a great application. You can do like so much stuff with it. So it deserves a dark mode, I think. So you can use it like at 3 a.m. in the night because it's great. So enough fan talk, I'm sorry. So we have this border here. Let's change this as well. Okay, so we can go with, I think we can keep the color like this. Or we can even go, I mean, you have to separate it a bit from this group header. So Jason is Frick using like light mode all the time? I never noticed. Yes, okay. This shows your desperation about this. Okay. So let's change the text color so we can read which project we're even looking at. Just white for a start. Yeah, I think that's good. So because we have the same color here, there's a lot of space on top of this. And I'm not sure how we can, how we can solve it. Yeah, this dark reader, it's a browser extension, I think. I tried some of these, but most of them are not that pretty, to be honest, and make weird stuff with CSS and I don't know. Yeah, you got to know your shortcuts and everything and just don't look at your keyboard if you're typing. Who needs that? Okay, so back to it. Just let me check out if it looks like here. Okay. So another thing about design that I learned is that white space, you the perception of white space is different than of dark or gray space or black space. So this is why it looks quite nice, minimal, and pretty here. It's the same space here, but if I just switch it back, for me, it looks kind of weird. Sorry. Thank you, Adion, for this. So Tailwind formatter. I will have to check it out. But just as I said, we have a lot of code here and a lot of Tailwind classes, and I don't know if I want to put an automatic sorting on this code and just causing a lot of changes in Git, and nobody knows what I did there. But maybe if I use it for newer components or just make a refactoring of it, it's maybe a good idea. Because I find myself searching for border classes or whatever because it's not sorted. So just check it out if I can, or if I break my stream again. If I try this, oh, so here is my face. This broke the stream right before, but I'm here. I'm not some kind of weird voice in the background. Yeah, that's a good idea to put it in an own pull request, I think. I will propose it next week when Marcel and Sebastian are returning from their vacation. This is why I'm doing the stream. I'm like completely lonely. I have no one to talk to, like in the internet. But I have my dog, but she's not that a good coder. So she's like my rubber dog. I don't have a rubber dog. I have my dog for bug fixing. So what are we doing with this spacing? This is hard. I think we need to change this back so it's not that much space. And I think, yeah, maybe if we don't have a background here, but we can work with a border to separate it a bit with a lighter border than the projects. Yeah, just not there, just on the bottom. Maybe. Could be cool, but I'm not sure. Yeah. I can spend times on stuff like the hours on stuff like this, just making it perfect, and sometimes that is not good. So I leave it like this just for now. Just make the padding here again, like just trying it like this. Yeah, I think this will do for now. Maybe I have like an idea later. So if you just joined or joined a few minutes ago, I'm not doing hardcore stuff, like doing really complicated things. I'm just trying to style a dark theme, dark mode for Invoker. So if you have any questions about BN code stuff or Invoker itself or whatever, feel free to ask. But if you don't have any questions, I will talk and code and talk about design. It's kind of weird sitting here talking to your screen and in this microphone, but this is streaming, I guess. So back to this. I think we don't have to change anything on the labels. I I made these labels on Monday, and I had in mind that I will do a dark mode, and I think they work on light and black as well. Yeah, just Tailwind magic always works. So we should make the path to the project a bit lighter so you can read it better. And is this one, right? Yep. Dark. Yes, this cool gray here. I don't know. It's too light. Yeah. So this will work, I think. It will color the host as well if this is a remote connection, because it's in the same div. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, this gradient thing. Yeah, we have, if you know the Invoker website, it's INVOKER.DEV, if you don't know it. We had a great design made by James. I can show it. Just window, where is it? Invoker.dev. James works at Tailwind now, and he makes a lot with gradients. I think it's beautiful. And even if Invoker can't be so super fancy because it has to be like fast and loading projects fast and so on, I tried to like fit it to this look. I did already with the colors, of course, but I thought, yeah, I can show you. I thought a lot about these gradients, but if I remove them just for a minute, just really basic diffs with some filter, it's still nice, it's still clean, but it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, like sad. So if you add some color to it, making these gradients, looks quite fancy. So also if you have more projects or groups, it goes like above it. It looks quite nice. I think it will just stay on the home screen as a nice little touch. And we don't need this in like a table view because I think it would be too distracting. But just for the home screen where you just jump into your work, I think it's quite nice. And I like this. I like how you say blobby gradient background thing. It's like fancy bubbles. So back to these groups. Yeah, so we have to think about this hover. This is from the light mode, of course. Where do we have a hover? It's like here. And again, we can chain here. I love it. It's great. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, this looks good. And I think we can like copy and paste the styling that I did before on these. And I should think about using components here. It would make it a lot of easier. So where do we have these? I think it's the same. Let's just try it out. I can move project. Where is it? There you are. Okay. This? Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I think this looks good. Still can see it, so this is a good sign. Sometimes I'm doing like crazy design stuff and I'm like 2 hours later, I think, why did you do this? It's just not pretty, and have to change it all away. But this is nice. It's minimal and nice. Yeah. So I think we have here, I'm not sure if I just change the background here again. Because it's hard, because in light theme, everything is white and looks good, like here. Just don't want to blend you with it, but I have to check if I broke anything in light mode. Yeah. We could try removing this padding just for the dark mode. Or just change the color again. Design stuff is hard. Where did I put the color? Where is it? There it is. Okay, I could just try. Yes, Wins. Grouping will come in the next release. Just build it start of the week. Needs a bit polishing still, but it's working quite nice. You can like create a new group here. Let's hope that it works. It did. And then we need to style this. Then you can add some connections or local projects, doesn't matter. What do you mean about Tailwind, or do you just talking to Winds? I'm not sure. Let me know. Okay, so we have, there are no projects in this group. Just let's add here text white again. And of course, where's the background? There it is. Gray 900, so it looks nice. Yeah. I don't like this line. I have to remove it. I can't see it anymore. It's like what I said before. Just then it, yeah, just leave it like this without a border or anything. Sometimes less is more. Oh, thank you, Adrian. This is nice. Have fun with your kids. Yeah, I don't think that I will do like more than 15 or 20 minutes so far, because I can talk a lot, but I could be boring for you. So if I'm talking a lot about designing and just sharing my thoughts about how can I make this line pretty. So let's just give it in, and yeah, I think we can leave it like, yeah, I'm not sure. We could do a crazy thing. We could do not gray. Let's try not gray. Is it just for, sometimes I'm inserting pink anywhere to see if I have like the right div. Okay, this is pink. I don't know. No, just no, not the right div as well. I think we need this one. Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about. Okay, let's just try. There is a purple in Tailwind, but it's not dark enough. What about this cool gray option? Oh, I can't even tell the difference between cool gray 900 and gray 900 on this screen, and it's a good screen. So I don't think that you see any difference in the stream, but there's like none. It's like really, if you can get really close to it, then you see it, but no, not an option for here, I think. I'm not sure what you mean, Alexius. How do I know what I'm going to do? I don't know. I just do it. Or do you know, or do you mean like, how do I decide which task to do? So if you just can specify what you mean. Let's try this cool gray, because I think maybe it's not that bad, because the difference is really subtle, and that's what I want. Yeah, so you might not see this in the screen, but you will see it if you get Invoker or have Invoker and get the next release. So what we need to take care of as well is like this, you see this flashing thing, I think, in the stream as well when I open it up. And this looks quite nice on the light mode. So what can we do about this? Just wanted to see. Oh, I know. I think we need to change, like, let's just try and give it a green background if this is the flashing that I'm seeing here. Yep, that's it. So let's be crazy and Invoker. No, it's not Invoker. What does it look like if I turn it to purple? No, that's not pretty. Just make it like our really dark Invoker gray. Check this out. Yeah, I think this is better. Or even no background at all. Could look nice too. Thank you, Vince. Yeah. I have like a lot of theory, learned a lot of theory and did a lot of designing at university, but yeah, I'm like more of the code person. Like I know front-end designing is code as well, don't get me wrong, but I'm like more of a back-end person, to be honest. I like designing and I like working on Invoker, doing the Dark Mode, but I couldn't do this like all the day. Yeah, this looks better. It's a bit laggy on the screen, I think. But here on my screen, it looks nice. So just oh, okay. We need to take care of the focus. This one that you can see while it's loading. Just let me check how there is. We need to, it's focus or active, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's focus. So as well, chaining. Try 800, like the hover. I think this could be nice. Yeah, this is better. And of course, I have to do this one and think about the illustrations that we have here, like picking new ones, or maybe even insert a gradient so we keep this one. So we need this focus here again. I need to do more component stuff. So if we open up a project from here, yeah, looks quite nice as well. Okay, so I think I already designed this thought thing earlier that day, and I even did something that one of my teachers at university would kill me for. I added like a colorful shadow. Like, you don't do this. Don't do this. But I think it was cool here because otherwise you couldn't like separate this sorting dropdown from the list of projects. And I didn't want to do a border. That looked weird. It's easier if you're it's easier to layer some, I don't know, modals or dropdowns or something if you're on a light screen, light theme. Because you can just like use shadows like here. I hope you can see this. Yeah, I think you can see this on the stream as well. Because a shadow is such a natural thing, and it makes for the eye, it's like faking depth even on a two-dimensional screen. But if you're like in this dark environment, you can work like with different colors, like having a real dark background and just layering up with lighter shades of gray. This was not intended. And yeah, but I think you can sometimes, if you have like a crazy software like Invoker, just use a colorful shadow. And I think it looks quite nice. Can see it. We will see if I can see it tomorrow, if I work on this. But yeah, maybe you will see it in the next Invoker release. So just check if the sorting is still working. Yeah, it is. Good. The sorting is new as well. So if you have a lot of products, it's really handy. So I will switch now to a side of Invoker for the last minutes. That's not dark moded, so please don't be scared. It will be really white. Just let me open up demo projects. The Invoker demo project is like simulating everything a Laravel can do, so we can test Invoker properly. It's not looking that bad, but I don't know if you know this, but you can create your own widgets with Invoker based on your database with this model. And here I have to make this to dark mode as well, of course. And like for all the models that you have, we have some basic models here, like orders and posts and users. So nothing that makes really sense. Just get numbers, like statistics, like trends, like, I don't know, what do you need? We have, for example, like these comments table and how many comments on the day there were, or the sum of orders on a specific day. And yeah, I think it might seem really basic here, but if you have like a real live system with real numbers and real relations between number of your users and orders or whatever, it's really handy. I already used it in a project of a customer. It's quite a mighty tool, to be honest, because you can like define what query should be called when creating this widget and define different query types. And it's really impressive what Marcel built there. Okay, so we need to make, so only thing I'm thinking, it looks a bit, it's not pretty enough for how mighty it is. Maybe I have to rethink it and maybe propose to Marcel and Sebastian that we change it a bit, maybe in a later release, so it's more fancy. I don't know, just make it dark for a starter so it doesn't like flash you away from your screen. I have to check out which component this is because I never worked on this. Oh, not terminal, it's project. I started using this right sidebar on the right a few days ago. It's great. I never know that this existed. So it's the dashboard, I think. Yep. Application. Yeah, we're right here. Okay, so quite basic. Let me close just the other ones. You have some components here. So the dashboard view is like containing all of these, the heading, the widget lists, and this modal I just showed to create a new one. We can go with some other background here. Yeah, I think too. It's the sidebar on the right, because your code isn't moving anymore if you're just toggling it. And I to be honest, I don't use the sidebar that much, this project view, just when I'm trying to get an overview of what's in a project or when some path directory stuff isn't working out. Most of the files I'm like Command P, like in VS Code for, and just searching for the file I want. This is great in PHP Storm, this search. I think it's better than in VS Code. Why are all view components are named in lowercase? Because we do this like that. You can go with camel case, I think. But for Invoker, we decided to do it like this. I think it's part of personal preference. But of course you can do like, not if you don't have, I don't know, instead of widget modal, you can go with widget modal, of course, if you want to. So let's give it a background color. I just have to check what background color I used for the home view. Where is it? Oh, is it in a wrapper? Why is it in a wrapper? 800. Yeah, I know, because the home of Invoker is a bit more complicated than just what you saw just there. So it's gray 800. Hi, Marcel. Just telling good things about Invoker and your work. I hope you're having a nice vacation, and just greet your dog from me. And your family, of course. So this application is called Laravel. This is why it's standing here. So we need to get another text color for this heading. Just make it white. And to add a little touch, we have border here. Purple. Yep. Yeah, I think this is nice. The add widget button is, I don't know if we have a similar here. Yep. Yeah, this is a good point. If you use like lowercase view names, it's more similar to HTML, which can be good or not so good because you're not having the overview, but your files shouldn't be that large. So the button, I would propose that I just finish this page here, that you can, that it looks quite pretty. I hope this is done in a few minutes. And if you have some questions so far, like I said before, just feel free. Yeah, like try like a purple button. I always wanted to do a purple button. I think this is nice. With no border and a white text. Yeah, I think this looks nice. Just change the hovering. And just have to check which color I used for this sorting, because yeah, it's also this, I think it's called Invoker Purple Dark. It's more this blue kind of color. New line. Yeah, I think this is nice. Yeah. So to the widgets, it's in this widget list component. Yeah, I think we should go with the dark gray, like in the view, in the home view. Looking weird right now. And then it's, yeah, just try this as well for the widget, because it was like white on white as well. Ooh, this is fancy. If we just make this truncate. I think it's was a little bug we fixed here. Yeah, I think this is looking quite nice. Just let us just change the color of these little buttons here. because they're a bit gray on dark background. It's not good to read. Like here. Yep, there it is. So I think this color is okay, but the hover could be another. Purple. Yeah, this looks nice, I think. And we have this edit button, and we want the same for the remove button as well. Get tidy. Yeah, this is better. So we have these tooltips on the charts, and to be honest, I'm not sure how we can. Oh, okay. Well, so this is of course a chart library. I will have to look into it to make a theme for this, because I think this is quite a standard styling. Yeah, so you can see this is like a package installed. To be honest, I don't think that this light overlay is bad. It makes this layering easier for the eyes. So it could just stay like this because it's not that big. So again, let's check if he broke anything on the light mode. But no, it didn't seem so. Looks quite the same as before. Okay, so let's check. Pretty home view. I need to fix the state of the sorting again. Doesn't need to stay open. So I think we can wrap it up here. So for my first stream, I think this was okay. Just let me know anything that you would like to see, maybe in one of the next stream if I do another one. So Invoker has like endless possibilities to adjust and develop features and whatever. You can even go and create your own plugin. Let me show just, I don't know if you know it already. I wrote a plugin for Invoker a few weeks or month ago. It's a test plugin. So if you just check into one of the projects, and it's a testing plugin where you can like execute all your tests that you have in a Laravel. It's just 2 basic tests here. But if you have like a lot of tests in your application, like hundreds of tests, you can like sort them and like here, see the namespaces of the tests and run them and just check out the results here, filter them. This is more handy if you have like a lot of tests. And of course, I have to release an update for this plugin with dark mode support. And yeah, but you can yourself start and develop an Invoker plugin. You just have to check out the docs. It's described here, but I already thought about just doing a basic little stream about how you can start and build your own Invoker plugin. So let me know if you would be interested in this. And yeah, with that, I think no more questions left. Just giving you a look at the cutest dog in the universe. But you can't see her that good because my microphone is in the way. One thing to improve in the next stream is that you can see the dog. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining and having a nice little chat with me in my lonely time when the 2 others are on vacation. And yeah, maybe see you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.